Pam and Nicole York Smith are a married couple that live in Kentucky. One day, their 4-month-old son had breathing difficulties. Pam rushed him to a hospital just over the border in Ohio, but the hospital did not recognize that a child can have two mothers, and Nicole's name was already in their records, so Pam was not allowed to give a parent's permission for doctors to treat her child. It took an hour for hospital staff to reach Nicole as the baby coughed and wheezed. Such stories are now common and inevitable when some states allow marriage equality and others don't. Greetings, Dr. Jones, fellow classmates and guests. My name is D.Parkins. I am here today to persuade you to help support same-sex marriage as being not only legal but a civil right. I'd like to start by saying that we have made great strides in this country. President Obama announced on May 9, 2012, in an interview with Robin Roberts of ABC News that he believes same-sex couples should be granted the right to marry. Only 13 states still ban same-sex marriage. Howard Bashman, in an article from The Economist entitled "Showtime for Gay Marriage" on May 2, 2015, said, "The Constitution requires each state to give full faith and credit to the public acts, records, and judicial proceedings of every other state. This suggests that gay marriages performed legally in one state should be valid in others. This would also mean that it was illegal for the hospital in Ohio not to recognize Pam as the child's mother." Adam Liptick of the New York Times on April 29, 2015 wrote, "Gender bias issue could tip Chief Justice Roberts into ruling for gay marriage," a day after the Supreme Court proceedings on April 28, 2015. He listed a few arguments that happened during the proceedings. Firstly, John J. Bursch, a lawyer defending same-sex marriage bans, said it is sex discrimination only if the two sexes are treated differently, but the bans place equivalent burdens on men and women. In response to Bursch, Ilya Somin, a law professor at George Mason University, that said that the problem with this argument is that, by the same reasoning, laws banning interracial marriage don't discriminate on the basis of race. Indeed, courts for years justified bans on interracial marriage on such a separate but equal rationale. Finally, Chief Justice John G. Roberts Jr. suggested that he may have found a way to cast a vote in favor of the gay and lesbian couples in the case. "I'm not sure it's necessary to get into sexual orientation to resolve this case," he said. "I mean, if Sue loves Joe and Tom loves Joe, Sue can marry him and Tom can't. And the difference is based upon their different sex. Why isn't that a straightforward question of sexual discrimination?" I'd like to propose some solutions to this problem, but the only one I see is for the federal government to make bans on same-sex marriage illegal and unconstitutional. As a people, we need to show that we are fully in favor of such an action. In conclusion, same-sex marriage should be federally recognized by our government sooner rather than later. The Supreme Court is set to rule on the ban sometime in June 2015. Over half our country now say they support gay rights and same-sex marriage. Our culture is growing, and we need to make sure our culture continues to move forward and not backwards. To continue the fight for the civil rights of all our citizens. We have overcome so much. We can overcome this too. I'd like everyone to sign this petition to support same-sex marriage, which will be sent to our congressional representative, and if it comes to a vote, vote in favor. Thank you.